Imagine a world where time stands still, where the passage of years barely leaves a mark, and where greatness is not just preserved, but continually redefined. At 39, when most players are retiring, LeBron James is still dominating the court. How has he managed to stay at the top of the game for so long? LeBron James recently turned 39, yet he is still scoring an amazing 25 points a game, a performance almost 5 points better than any 39-year-old in NBA history. Only one player his age has dished out more assists. Just 2 players his age have ever collected more rebounds per game. And what then is his secret? How has LeBron defied Father Time unlike anyone else in the game's history? Many elements help LeBron to be so remarkably lengthy. First and foremost, his basketball IQ is unparalleled. LeBron's mind has evolved into a basketball supercomputer, evaluating moves and scenarios before they ever materialize after more than 2 decades on the court. Predicting what's about to happen and reacting appropriately, he often seems to be one step ahead of everyone else. LeBron was among the most explosive sportsmen ever seen in his early years. Over the years, he may have lost some of his pure agility, but his mental sharpness more than makes up for it. LeBron has perfected timing, knowing when to slow down, how to fool opponents, and when to vary the pace. At 39, he uses his experience and vision to make defenders miss and generate scoring opportunities for himself and his teammates rather than out-jumping everyone else. LeBron's game is evidence of his thorough awareness of basketball. He's aware of how to take advantage of opponent flaws and apply player inclination knowledge. Consider his reading of defensive setups, for instance. For when he chose not to overcommit to a subpar shooter in transition, he knew which players to battle and which ones to leave open. That is, those he needed to assist a teammate with a demanding defensive assignment. LeBron is so good on both sides of the floor because of these deliberate choices. Another great tool in his battle against aging is his basketball memory. On his off days, LeBron watches a lot of games and studies his opponents very well. Like singing the last possessions of a close game as if they were song lyrics, he can remember game events with shockingly great accuracy. His edge against younger, less experienced players comes from his real-time memory and application of these specifics. Stories of LeBron's knowledge of the plays teams are running over the years abound, sometimes even better than the opponents themselves. Known to shout out plays for his colleagues when they forget, he's also quite accurate in predicting the moves of the other team. When the Denver Nuggets executed a well-known play meant to set up an Aaron Gordon lob in last year's playoffs, this degree of expectation was on full display. LeBron smelled the lob a mile away and disrupted the play, therefore modifying his defense from the video study. LeBron's longevity is really amazing because of how he has changed his game to remain competitive. He dominated the game in the past, mostly depending on his agility, but today, he outwits his opponents using his knowledge, experience, and strategic thinking. He is a master of analyzing defenses, knowing player trends, and making split-second decisions that maintain his peak performance. LeBron's devotion to learning his opponents also clearly shows his passion for the game. Watching every game he can, he evaluates the strengths and flaws of other players and teams. This lifelong learning helps him to keep one step ahead even when his physical capabilities inevitably drop with age. His keen memory and thorough knowledge of basketball strategy help him to predict plays and act at the correct time. LeBron James is basically redefining what it means to age in the NBA. LeBron keeps on shining, using his basketball IQ to keep among the top players in the NBA, as many others see their performance drop as they approach 40. LeBron's capacity to change and grow his game is evidence of his brilliance, since it shows that, with the knowledge, experience, and passion he possesses, age is just a number. LeBron's longevity is about mental clarity, strategic thinking, and a relentless determination to improve rather than only physical conditioning. LeBron is actively demonstrating to the world that the drive to keep learning and adjusting defines brilliance rather than age, as he keeps competing at the greatest level. His amazing career is a roadmap for longevity in sports. It proves that one can overcome challenges and keep performing long after others have retired by adopting the correct attitude and approach. Clutching a 3-point lead in Game 4 against the Golden State Warriors, the Lakers were hoping to drag Anthony Davis away and leave Klay Thompson wide open in the corner for a game-tying 3. The Warriors had a plan. Draymond Green was to drive to the basket. Meanwhile, LeBron James was one step ahead. He told Davis right away to remain on Thompson, therefore guaranteeing that the scheme would fail. LeBron then brilliantly guarded his guy, therefore ruining the play and enabling the Lakers to win. LeBron's on-court smarts are beyond amazing. He called for an off-ball screen during still another play to set up a backdoor lob, but LeBron changed his approach right away when the second defender turned to guard the paint. He decided on shooting a three-pointer from the corner, ice in his veins guiding him the whole way. This degree of adaptation is evidence of his polished skill set. LeBron's ever-improving ball skills are one of the main ways that he's avoided aging's impact in basketball. In his early career, LeBron was a below-average outside shooter, but he has worked tirelessly over the past 5 seasons to develop into a stronger shooter, now hitting 41% of his wide-open threes. This development has given his shot great range and increased his flexibility in dynamic events like handoffs or catch-and-shoot situations when he is away from the ball. LeBron has also evolved an almost flawless set of mid-range skills. His game now features a trademark set of fadeaway jumpers delivered with accuracy in every direction. Losing some explosiveness has somewhat affected his passing ability, making it more difficult for him to get the ideal angle or hang in the air, but he stays agile enough to control defenses. One moment that easily comes to mind is when he gently turned to face the corner, guiding his opponent out of the paint to enable a simple dunk. LeBron's court vision is unmatched. He's gonna find an open teammate every time he cannot outjump a shot blocker. LeBron continues to be 2 steps ahead of everyone else on the field, even as his physical prowess has gradually dropped with age. LeBron was already strategizing his next action, for instance when the Clippers were pressing close to the baseline. Setting up a speedy break and a simple basket for his team, he rapidly uncorked an outlet pass up the middle of the floor. Another area where his experience comes through is his grasp of the pick-and-roll game. LeBron lobs the ball over the top to Davis when the big man fails to back up. Later in the same game, LeBron comes off a screen and slows down just enough to cause the big guy to veer slightly towards Davis, opening the path for LeBron to score. The fact that many of these plays center on timing and manipulation rather than quick-twitch agility is quite amazing. LeBron has become really skilled in setting up his colleagues with deceit and sleight of hand. He can just outsmart opponents as he ages instead of jumping over defenders, using mental tricks to get defenders out of position. He's like a basketball Jedi. There was once a time where LeBron stepped around a screen, he pretended to pass, and then completed the play himself. These events show how his game has developed. He is now a strategic thinker rather than just a physical force. LeBron is basically doing all of this while playing power forward, which ends up giving the Lakers lineup great adaptability. His strength and stature help him to rule in the paint. His polished techniques help him to spread the floor and provide chances for his colleagues. His adaptability provides him a great benefit to his squad since it helps them to easily adjust to various circumstances and opponents. LeBron James is not an exception among players with extraordinary NBA lifetimes who often have great physical height. Just like icons Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Karl Malone, LeBron's build has been absolutely vital for his ongoing success. He has become quite skilled in leveraging his weight and strength to his advantage over the years. Trying to guard LeBron full court at the end of a quarter was a humbling experience, one player said. LeBron just laid his forearm on the defender, and the sheer force left the opponent in wonder at how powerful LeBron actually is. LeBron's game is a special fusion of point guard ability with big man physicality. Should an opponent turn on his screens, he's not slow to take advantage of the mismatch. Smaller players almost never can defend him, since he would attack with the might of a big man. LeBron's weight and power are so frightening, even at 39, that players like Jalen Green choose to avoid contact instead of risk being bowled over. Green smartly got out of the way when he spotted the goods train headed for LeBron James, knowing that challenging him would be a losing proposition. LeBron's power is a major component of his defensive game, as much as his advantage on attack. His power lets him stonewall centers properly when he turns onto them. LeBron is among the few athletes in the game who can physically equal someone like Joel Embiid. Even against the finest big men in the game, his power and quickness help him to reposition himself when the angle of a pass changes, therefore rendering him a dangerous defender. LeBron's height and wingspan offer even more benefits beyond just strength. Rising tall with a 7-foot wingspan, LeBron has always been a danger to guard the rim. On chase down blocks, a trademark action in his defensive repertoire, this length is especially clear. One time, LeBron stretched toward the right side of the rim to stop a shot, but his long arms allowed him to grab it with his left hand. This moment was a reminder of his well-known block against Andre Iguodala in the 2016 NBA Finals, a moment captured forever in sports history. LeBron's consistent training and straight-line agility are evident in his ability to still execute comparable moves 8 years later. Of course, LeBron has naturally lost some lateral quickness as he has aged. He can't start and stop with the same explosive speed he did in his earlier years. When he gets going, though, he still ranks among the league's fastest players. LeBron is still remarkably fast, even at 80% of his best pace, particularly on the open court, where he has always been a blur. His football training has probably helped him to have remarkable breakaway speeds, so giving his game still another dimension. LeBron's lifespan in the NBA has been really amazing, since he's been committed to keeping his body in shape. LeBron has been virtually fixated on his physical condition for more than 10 years, spending millions on his physique to maintain maximum performance. His ability to keep his agility and strength, even as he approaches 40 years old, clearly shows this dedication. LeBron has simply defied the odds, playing at a top level while many athletes start to drop in their mid-30s. And that's all the time we've got for today, folks. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and do hit that bell icon on your way out. See you next time!